Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to take you behind the scenes of industrial robotics.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, we're going to be learning how to upgrade the software on a robot brain,
Okay.
an ABB IRC5 controller, using a YouTube video tutorial as our guide.
Sounds complicated.
It might sound super technical, but, you don't have to be a robotics whiz to follow along.
Okay.
And this deep dive gives us a peek into how even the most complex systems get those essential updates.
Right.
Just like our phones or laptops.
Yeah, it's a great point you bring up. Even these heavy-duty machines need regular software tune-ups.
Exactly. So the video starts with a bit of a problem.
Oh?
An older ABB IRC5 robot controller needs an upgrade.
Okay.
It's running on a DSQC639 CPU, which is a bit like having an older computer trying to run the latest software.
Exactly. And in this case, the older CPU can only support older versions of the robot's operating system.
Oh.
Robotware.
Okay.
It's holding the whole system back from accessing new features and capabilities.
So they're opting for a hardware upgrade, swapping the old CPU for a shiny new DSQC1024.
Nice.
This unlocks the potential to run the latest robotware, and that's where things get interesting.
Think of robotware like the brains of the operation.
Okay.
Similar to how Windows or macOS runs your computer.
Right.
Robotware is the software that makes the robot tick.
It controls all the movements and tasks.
That's right. Each new version of robotware comes with improvements, security updates, and it allows for compatibility with the latest tools, just like when you get the latest update for your phone.
Oh, okay.
In this case, the upgrade involves jumping from Robotware 5 to Robotware 6.
Wow.
Kind of like switching from an older phone to a brand new model.
So how do they go about this upgrade? I'm guessing it's not as simple as clicking update.
It's a bit more involved, but the video breaks it down step by step.
Okay.
The first critical step is backing up the entire existing system.
Right.
You can imagine if something goes wrong during the upgrade, you don't want to lose all the robot settings and configurations.
Yeah, that would be bad.
It would be like losing all your files and data on your computer.
Definitely a nightmare scenario.
Yeah.
So the backup is like an insurance policy for the robot's brain.
Precisely.
Okay.
Once they have the backup secured, the next step is to migrate it to the newest robotware version
Okay.
using ABB's Robot Studio software.
Huh. Interesting.
Robot Studio is a powerful tool that allows them to make sure all the robot settings are compatible with the new software.
So it's like prepping the robot's brain for the new software language.
Exactly. You can't just plop a new operating system onto the robot without making sure it can understand and use it properly.
So they've got the backup and they've migrated it to the new robotware version.
Yes.
What's next?
Well, just like most commercial software, robotware needs a valid license to run.
Of course.
The video explains how to obtain this from ABB, a standard procedure for industrial software.
Right.
Think of it like buying a ticket to get access to all the new features and capabilities.
Makes sense. You can't just download the latest software and expect to use it for free, especially in a commercial setting.
Right.
Okay, so they've got the license. What do they do with it?
Now comes the exciting part.
Okay.
They use Robot Studio again, but this time to build a brand new system for the robot controller, using the latest robotware version. And incorporating all the settings and data from the migrated backup. It's like setting up a new computer,
Okay.
but with all your old files and programs already in place.
So they're essentially building a brand new operating system for the robot from the ground up,
Yeah,
but using all the existing settings and preferences from the old system.
exactly. They're giving the robot a fresh start, but without losing any of its personalized settings and data.
Okay, starting to see how complex this process is, but the video seems to break it down really well.
Yeah.
What happens after they build this new system? Do they just hit install and it magically appears on the robot controller?
Not quite. The next stage is to transfer this new configuration to the actual IRC5 controller.
Got it.
Imagine copying a huge file from your computer onto a USB drive.
Right.
It takes time and has to be done carefully.
So they're physically moving this massive chunk of data from the Robot Studio software onto the robot's control center.
Yes.
What happens after that?
The final step in this phase is to restore the migrated backup on the controller itself.
Okay.
Remember, this backup contains all the robot's specific settings, things like its motion parameters, the tasks it's programmed to do, and any custom configurations. This step makes sure those settings are carried over to the new upgraded system.
It's like making sure all the robot's memories and experiences are transferred to its new brain, right?
That's a great way to put it. We don't want the robot to lose its skills or forget how to do its job
Yeah.
just because it got a software upgrade.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So they've got this new system all set up and the backup is restored. Is that the end of the process?
Almost. It's crucial to test everything thoroughly before giving the robot the green light. In the video, they run both virtual and manual tests.
Okay.
Think of it like taking a car for a test drive after a major repair.
Right.
You want to make sure everything runs smoothly and there aren't any unexpected issues.
That makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want the robot to suddenly go haywire in the middle of a critical task.
Yeah.
What kinds of things do they test for?
They check things like the robot's movements,
Okay.
its responses to commands, and its ability to execute its programmed tasks correctly.
Right.
It's all about ensuring that the upgrade hasn't introduced any bugs or glitches.
Safety first. I'm guessing there are a lot of safety protocols involved in testing these industrial robots.
Absolutely. Industrial robots are powerful machines, and any malfunction could have serious consequences. That's why they take testing so seriously.
The video did mention a little hiccup during the upgrade, something about a mismatch message. What was that all about?
Yes. That's a common issue when dealing with software upgrades,
Right.
especially in complex systems. Sometimes the new software might not perfectly match the existing hardware.
Okay.
Or some of the older settings.
So it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
In this specific case, the mismatch message wasn't a major issue, and they were able to proceed with the upgrade.
Okay, good.
But it's important to note that not all mismatch messages are created equal.
So you can't just ignore them blindly. What should someone do if they encounter one of these messages during an upgrade?
The best approach is to consult the documentation.
Okay.
Or contact the software provider for guidance.
Right.
They can help determine if the message indicates a serious problem.
Got it.
Or if it can be safely ignored.
It sounds like having a solid understanding of the system is key to navigating these tricky situations.
For sure.
This deep dive has definitely highlighted the importance of knowledge when it comes to working with industrial robots.
I completely agree. The video creator clearly has a deep understanding of the ABB IRC5 controller. And Robot Studio software, they're able to guide viewers through the upgrade process with confidence and expertise.
This whole process seems like a delicate balancing act, making sure the new software works seamlessly with the existing hardware,
Yeah.
transferring all the important settings, and troubleshooting any unexpected issues.
It is, but that's what makes it so fascinating.
Yeah.
It's a testament to the ingenuity of engineers
Right.
and the power of software to enhance and extend the capabilities of physical machines.
So stepping back from the technical details for a moment, what are some of the key takeaways for our listeners, even those who aren't robotics experts?
Well, the first one that comes to mind is the absolute importance of backing up data before making any major changes to a system.
Yeah, a good point.
This applies whether you're upgrading a robot controller,
Right.
your personal computer, or even your phone. Having a backup can save you from a world of trouble if something goes wrong.
It's like that saying, there are two types of people in the world, those who back up their data and those who won't.
Exactly. Another key takeaway is the critical role of software compatibility in industrial automation.
Okay.
We saw how the older CPU limited the robot's ability to run the latest robotware version.
Right.
This concept applies to all sorts of technology.
Right.
You need the right software to unlock the full potential of your hardware.
It's like trying to run the latest video game on an old computer. It just won't work, or it won't work well.
Precisely. And finally, I think this deep dive underscores the fact that even complex industrial systems like this robot controller are manageable with the right tools and knowledge.
You don't need to be a rocket scientist to work with these systems, but you do need a solid understanding of the fundamentals and a willingness to learn.
Absolutely. And resources like this video,
Yeah.
which break down complex processes into clear, understandable steps,
Right.
are invaluable for anyone looking to expand their knowledge in this field.
It's almost like having a personal tutor guiding you through the process. So even if our listeners never find themselves upgrading a robot controller, they can still learn valuable lessons about technology, problem solving, and the importance of staying curious.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's all about embracing that sense of wonder and realizing that even the most complex systems are built on logical principles and processes.
Speaking of complex systems, this deep dive really showcases the incredible power of software, like Robot Studio.
Absolutely.
It provides a user-friendly interface for managing these intricate tasks, making the upgrade process much smoother and more efficient.
It's a fantastic example of how software is bridging the gap between humans and machines.
Right.
We're no longer just interacting with robots through physical buttons and levers.
Yeah.
We're using sophisticated software to control and optimize their every move.
It's really remarkable how technology is constantly evolving, blurring the lines between the physical and digital realms. What implications do you think this has for the future of industries like manufacturing and automation?
Well, as software becomes even more powerful and intuitive,
Mm.
we can expect to see robots playing an even greater role in various industries.
Yeah, for sure.
They'll be able to perform more complex tasks
Right.
with greater precision and efficiency,
Uh-huh.
freeing up human workers for more creative and strategic roles.
It's both exciting and a little daunting to imagine a future where robots are capable of performing tasks that were once thought to be exclusively human.
It certainly raises a lot of questions about the future of work
Yeah.
and the relationship between humans and machines. But I believe that by embracing these advancements
Mm-hmm.
and focusing on the development of human-centered technologies,
Right.
we can create a future where robots augment and empower human capabilities rather than replacing them entirely.
That's a really optimistic outlook.
Yeah.
I like to think that technology, when used responsibly and ethically, can be a force for good in the world.
I completely agree. And I think this deep dive is a great example of how technology can empower individuals with knowledge and skills,
Right.
even in fields that might seem intimidating at first glance.
So even if our listeners never find themselves upgrading a robot controller, they can still take away valuable lessons about technology problem solving and the importance of staying curious.
Absolutely. It's all about embracing that sense of wonder and realizing that even the most complex systems are built on logical principles and processes.
That's a great point. This entire process, from backing up the system to testing the upgrade, is a testament to the importance of meticulous planning and execution. There's no room for shortcuts when you're dealing with such sophisticated technology.
Exactly. It's a delicate dance between understanding the system's intricacies and having the technical skills to navigate the various steps involved.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly rewarding to see the robot come back to life with enhanced capabilities ready to tackle new challenges.
It really highlights the incredible progress we've made in robotics and automation. I'm curious, what stands out to you as the most fascinating aspect of this entire upgrade process?
What intrigues me is how this deep dive reveals the interconnectedness of seemingly separate worlds. We often view industrial robots as these hulking physical machines,
Right.
but they're becoming increasingly reliant on software and digital interfaces.
Mm-hmm.
This upgrade process really brings that point home.
It's like the robot's physical capabilities are being amplified by its software intelligence. They're not just brute force anymore, they're becoming more adaptable and sophisticated.
Exactly, and as that software evolves, we'll see even more remarkable advancements in what robots can achieve.
Wow.
Imagine a future where robots are collaborating with humans in ways we haven't even conceived of yet.
It's mind-blowing to think about the possibilities, but let's bring it back to this specific deep dive as we wrap things up. Is there anything else our listeners should consider about this upgrade process?
I think it's worth emphasizing that even seemingly straightforward upgrade processes can have their quirks.
Okay.
We saw that with the mismatch message in the video. It's a reminder that a deep understanding of the system is crucial.
So it's not just about following a set of instructions blindly. You need to be able to troubleshoot, adapt, and think critically when unexpected situations arise.
That's a valuable skill in any field, really. The ability to problem solve, to research and understand complex systems. Those are essential skills for the future.
It's like we're not just upgrading the robot software, we're upgrading our own mental software by learning about these processes.
I love that analogy. This deep dive is a perfect example of how exploring new topics and delving into the how and why can expand our knowledge and make us more adaptable in a world that's constantly changing.
Absolutely. So for our listener, as you continue your exploration of technology and automation, we leave you with this thought. If you could upgrade any aspect of yourself like we upgraded the robot software, what would you choose and why?
It's a fascinating question to ponder what aspects of ourselves could benefit from a little software enhancement. What new skills or knowledge would we equip ourselves with?
It's a reminder that learning is a continuous journey, and there's always room for improvement and growth. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of industrial robotics. Until next time, keep exploring and keep learning.